Yo, what's good with y'all, family? What's going on, man? Hey, look, today's video we're going to be talking about why the distractions you are facing right now are a test from God. Now, let's just jump straight into it, man. We're not even going to waste no time. You clicked on this video right now because you know one or two things. You know exactly what you're doing, and or you know exactly how to fix it. So what does that mean, right? What that means is you are now the culprit. See, the problem with society is, and the problem with individuals that are young and are even older, 40s, 30s, 50s, etc., is you're becoming a victim. So you say that, oh, I have a porn problem, or my mental health, or etc., right? But what does your habits look like? Because have you ever asked yourself this question, right? Am my distractions the root of the problem, or my choices to be distracted is that the root of my problem? Because peep game, right? Your brain operates on a routine pattern. Meaning, the way you conduct yourself when you're around other men, women, in certain positions, you may be a businessman, you may be just about to attend college, you may be in high school, whatever the case may be, right? The things that you think about, the things that you may want, the bad things you may want, all of those things have stemmed from a characteristic development. For instance, if you have a porn addiction, that only means that you have a lack of a compensation of acknowledgement of what you are actually doing every day. Because if I want to watch other people have sex and I'm enjoying this thing and I know that this is the wrong thing to do, then that means that I am the root cause of my problem. If I know that I want to get out of working my 9 to 5, or I want to stop doing a specific thing, but I continue to do that thing, and I ask myself, how do I stop? You have now gone into psychosis, which means that you are about to drive yourself insane when you already have the answer. That's kind of like, right? That's kind of like me throwing rocks at myself and asking myself, who's doing this to me? Who's making me feel this way? Etc., etc. See, people oftentimes are only living lives based off of a victim mentality. Oh, you're a victim because you have to go to your 9 to 5. You're a victim because you're in a toxic relationship that you got in. You applied for that job. You show up every morning to that job. You wanted to be in a relationship with that woman, whether if it's physical, whether it was lust, whatever the case it was, bro. You made that decision. So as a man, you have to step up to the plate and say, okay, I made the decision. Now I have to actually be a man and either reap the consequences or get on my shit and change the direction of how my life is leading. Because me continuing to be a victim is only going to lead me to go nowhere. You feel me? So this is what I mean when I make videos like this, bro. Like, your life will start to go so much more smoother, gang, if you just learn to stop being a fucking victim and actually be in control of your life. Because everybody can say, oh, I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, or I'm that, or I'm this, or I'm that. But when you make the decision to be the greatest, you can't lose. You want to know why? Because you have now told yourself that there is no other opportunity that I have. If someone tells themselves that all I'm going to do is lose, everything that happens, someone tapping their bumper, them not bringing her lunch to work, fucking not having money, whatever it is, right? It's always going to be someone else's fault. It's always someone else's fault because you now have the victim mentality. So when you shift your mindset to say, I'm not a victim, and the way I'm living my life right now is based off the perceived notion that nothing will change, rather than it changing and shifting and saying everything will happen because my habits and the way that I'm manifesting my life is in cohesion with that intention. This is why I say people that are working their 9-to-5s right now are in a mindset that this is the only way and I will never be able to be anything outside of this. So what do? They drink, they smoke, they sit around like bitches, they complain, they talk about the fucking government instead of fucking being the leader of their lives, doing what they need to do to make life work for them. Now they will forever be working for life. Now you'll be working till you're 65, you'll retire, you'll always be complaining or you know what I'm saying, being a bitch. So this is what I mean by being a bitch is not you being weak. Being a bitch is you not taking control of your life. Because if you're physically weak and you're in the gym trying to get stronger, that doesn't make you a bitch. If you got your ass whooped, but you still stood up and you fought, that doesn't make you a bitch. If you're not financially in a situation right now that agrees with you, but you're constantly trying every day, and sometimes, bro, you have to even shift the word you use because trying is failing. So instead of saying I'm financially unstable, say I'm financially stable. Even if you got $0 in your bank account right now, if you are strategically working every day to get better, you have no choice but to be a millionaire. If you're boxing or playing any type of sport and you show up every day before everybody, you leave after everybody, you have no choice but to be the greatest at that sport. If you are making music every day, even if nothing is coming up, no ideas, you trying, you're pushing through that barrier of stagnation where everybody is. Everybody tries and gives up when they fail, and then they live a life of fucking failure because they never broke through the stratosphere of the fucking failure. That's all you have to do, my nigga. Because it's gonna be hard, it's not easy. So now you gotta ask yourself, like, dang, like, what am I gonna do to not be average? How much do I want to not be one-dimensional? How much do I not want to be like everybody else? I see everybody else's lives. I see what they're doing. I see how they're moving, and I don't like it. So what am I going to do to make my life turn around? What am I going to sacrifice to make my physique be superior, my mindset be superior, define my intelligence, work on myself and find myself every day so I don't have to be around average motherfuckers, so I don't have to be around degenerate activity, so I can be alone or be around like-minded people that have the same intentions as me, which is to grow and be the greatest, and be around individuals that push themselves daily just like I do. Because one thing I will tell you, you'll sink and drown trying to save everybody. So this is for a video. If this is your first time seeing me ever on YouTube, bro, you will you will literally fucking drown yourself in misery trying to save everybody, bro. You have to give the information and let people save themselves. If you've been watching my videos and you've been a subscriber for a little minute, you know that every time I make a video, I am giving you the opportunity to leverage this information to help you change your life. I'm not going to do it for you, and I can't do it for you. So therefore, you have to use the tools at your disposal to fix whatever problem you have, or you'll forever have the problem. You'll forever be the victim. And this is how you correct the victim mentality, is by taking charge, my nigga. It's not happening to you. It's not happening, you know what I'm saying, to down you or any form of facet. So your habits have to be incongruent with the millionaire that you know you are. the artist that you know you are, the creative that you know you are. Because if anything is out of alignment, you're not going in the direction you want to go in. So this is why a lot of people at times feel like they're at a disarray or feel like they're going forward and going backwards, because you are. If I say that I want to be the greatest, my habits have to line up with me being the greatest. It doesn't have to mean I'm perfect, but everything that I'm doing has to be leading me to being my highest version. Just as hard as I'm working, as hard as I need to be recovering. Just as hard as I'm recovering needs to be as hard as I'm planning and strategizing how I'm going to bounce back for the next week, how I'm planning out my meals, my training. You know what I'm saying? So I think at this point, bro, what you need to do is you need to find out a way where your life is nothing but a representation of growth. If anything in your life is pulling you down, if anything in your life is keeping you stagnant, if anything in your life is troubling you to where you know that this might be that cylinder that'll keep you from breaking through that stratosphere, like I told you, because this is where a majority of the population is. Like I just said, a majority of the population is right at that stratosphere of I tried, failed, resorted back to failure. Now, what you're trying to do is you're trying to try, fail, learn, and keep going. And inevitably, you will succeed because you have no choice. And the idea of failure is only just curriculum, meaning a lesson. So whether you got a drinking habit, porn addiction, you got a lot of trauma embedded in you, whatever the case may be, right? Your goal is not to do 10 things at once. Your goal is to pinpoint exactly what is going on with you. What exactly do you need to attend to? What exactly is the most prioritizing thing at this current moment? And every day has to be your goal to get better. If you're overweight, every day you need to be in the gym. Fuck a day off. Start slow. If you've never been in the gym, go in the gym, watch workout videos, educate yourself so you'll know what the fuck to do to go in there to actually accomplish your goal. Ask questions. Be proactive. If you have a drinking habit, you need to figure out a way to cope with life, meaning not stay stagnant and stay consistent within what you're doing. You need to figure out a way that drinking is disgusting to you, to the point where you find out that it's actually a diuretic and it's taking the water out of your body and poisoning you. So when you start looking at life from that perspective, you'll stop wanting to do dumb shit. When you realize that smoking is literally the most toxic thing that you could do, because whether if you're smoking weed, cigarettes, etc., you're poisoning yourself because you're lighting fire to a tobacco leaf with weed in it, and you're activating endocannabinoid systems in your fucking brain. So you're basically lighting your own Christmas tree over and over and over and over again. And don't even fucking get me started on cigarettes. I'm not even getting started on that. But like I said, bro, it's your choice. Everything is your decision. Everything is in your hands. So when you realize, right, that every day I get to make the choice to be strong, I get to make the choice to be my highest version, I get to make the choice to be undeniable, life will begin to start looking exactly how you want it to look. Nobody is in control of what you have going on. Your boss isn't, your mom isn't, nobody, bro. Stop being a victim in 2025, bro. You are in control of everything that you have going on. You are in control of everything that you do, everything that you say, everything that you want, anything that you want to accomplish. Everything is in your hands. My life is in my fucking hands. My life is going to go exactly how I want it to go because I said so, and my decisions and my actions are a representation of the individual that can live that life. So this is what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. You making that decision. and standing 10 toes and firm in it. Hey, love y'all, man. Keep going. Keep going, bro. It's harder to stay still and not move at all than it is to take a daily step and know that you're going somewhere every single day. It's harder to stay at the same job for the next decade and not make any progress rather than you taking the steps, whether they're risky or not, and figuring out a way to navigate your life in a form of growth, in a form of success. Remember, your life is going to go exactly how you want it to go because you said so. Remember that, bro. You define your future. You are in control of your life. I love y'all, man. I'm out.